Good morning, traders. Jefferson Fossey here with Walsh Trading. Happy Friday, everyone. It's a couple ticks here after 7:50 in the morning. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Been on the phone this morning. Please keep in mind futures trading does involve substantial amounts of risk. Certainly not suitable for all investors, traders, or producers. So let's take a look here, see what the markets did yesterday, what's happened here overnight, and what might happen here perhaps later on today. December live cattle, $135 higher here yesterday, 241.17. Very much an inside day relative to Wednesday's big drop here of 560. Everybody's a little bit spooked right now. The Trump administration has a plan to allegedly lower beef prices. It's a nice little 13-page document. Looks very nice, and the proposals in there I think might help in the long term, but I don't see anything in there that tells me anything about increasing our current cattle supply, which is really what we need to see. So fat cattle held up pretty nicely here yesterday. Short-term averages are still here on the sell side. 50-day moving average giving you support here, 237.70, reference the December contract. That support is held. You can see the last couple of times we've run into that here. The 50-day average is the green line there on the chart. Expecting that support to hold again once tested. Looking over to feeder cattle, down day yesterday, 360 lower, closing on their lows, or very near the lows here at 357.42. Short-term averages 5 and 10 day made a bearish crossover here with Wednesday's trade also, and I also expect feeders to kind of get down, test that 50-day moving average support. That's 353.72, and that's average held in feeders when we hit it. They got very close to it here in mid-September, and we've gotten flirted with it here a few times. Haven't really tested it here if we go all the way back to, well, this chart view goes back to May. So look for feeders to kind of come down, hit that support. I think it's interesting though, both fat cattle kind of holding support here against the August highs, and also the feeders kind of holding support here against the August highs here as well. So that's also a point worth watching. Hogs, lower lows, lower highs yesterday. 81.77 is where the December contract closed. That's the lowest close. Got to go back to August 14th. So we're closing at 2-month plus lows here in lean hogs. Market looks pretty heavy, expecting it to at least trend down to that 200-day average, which is at 80.54 or so here today. Dees corn, best close yesterday that we had here in about a month. Settled up a nickel at 428 yesterday. This morning it's down 2.5, trading 425.5, bouncing very nicely away from that 100-day moving average. The 5-10 day, they're on the bullish side, and they are giving you some support. 424 is the nearest with the 5-day average. Corn market does look like it wants to trend higher. Soybeans look that way as well. The January contract's down 1.5 pennies here this morning, but yesterday it was up 12, closed at 10.62. I think we're at least heading up toward that 1070, 1075 or so area. Test the upper end of this trading range that we've been in here. Everybody's a little bit excited, a little bit bullish that Trump and Xi are allegedly supposed to meet next week in South Korea. See if they can still pull that off, and see if there's actually going to be some sort of agreement out of it. Soy meal's 4 cents higher, 4 ticks higher, 40 cents and 4 ticks higher. 292.70 here this morning. It's been trending higher for since we had that equilibrium day on October 14th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days straight up. This morning we're 40 cents higher. Yesterday we're up $2.30, clearing up above that 100-day moving average and above that trend line that has held as resistance here for quite some time. Soy meal, they get a little profit taken here today, but soy meal does look fairly strong to my eye. December bean oil, 19 lower here. Charts flipping over to the sell side here today. This has been a very choppy sort of uptrend right now. It doesn't have too much of a direction to it. Wouldn't get too bearish on it. Bean oil's down about 19 here today. Charts are on the sell side, but I'm not certain I want to take that signal there. Wheat made a very strong move higher yesterday, closing 9.25 higher in the Chicago contract, 513. This morning it's down just 8 tick is where it finished the overnight session, 512.75. Short-term averages 5-10 day hooked to the buy side here with Tuesday's trade. Going to have a little bit of resistance from the 50-day average. That's at 517. Market, I like the way it's turning higher here. It needs to continue to do this, though. However, in my opinion, KC Wheat trading at $5 this morning, sharply sideways, unchanged, but yesterday was up 11.5 to close at that $5 level. 50-day moving average, and that one's at 505.75. Those short-term averages here in KC Wheat flip to the buy side with Monday's trade. We're still relatively low here in price. But I do think that market wants to go higher. The only other market that I've got a new signal in here this morning is the gold futures. They're down $54, trading at 4,091 or so here this morning. 5-10-day crossing over to the sell side right there. Now we are right at trend line support, so the market might want to hold it here. We've been in a very bullish trend here for quite some time. In fact, my last signal in here was August 25th when those short-term averages flipped to the buy side. So yeah, we're right back to trend line support. Market's looking pretty heavy. It's been down all week. It'll be very interesting to see if that trend line support can hold. Silver's kind of doing the same thing. Those charts flipped to the sell side, gave me that signal in yesterday's trade. Today, silver's down here also toward that trend line support as well. We're also coincidentally very close on the Fibonacci support, although the 50% number at 45.27 would be a much more reasonable, I think, downside retracement target there. Stock markets are all zooming here. The S&P setting new highs, NASDAQ setting new highs. Dow's up 195 or so here this morning. Russell's also up 32. We did have CPI numbers showing that inflation is cooling here just a bit. That's good for the economy. Appreciate you listening, folks. Kind of a shorter update here to finish off the week. Hope you've had a great week trading. If you like what I'm saying here, like this video. Please subscribe to it, share it with your friends or anybody else who might find it interesting. Would appreciate the support and the help. If I can do anything for you, want me to cover something specific, please reach out and let me know. Talk to you guys later.